So in this lecture we're gonna cover the question count triplets with sum smaller than x. Okay, so I hope you all have already read this question. So okay, so this question says that it is given an array ARR and sum equal and a sum, and n is the size of the array. Okay, so you have to return the number of sets which together sum is smaller than the given sum. Okay, so there are many ways to approach this question. Okay, so yeah, so first of all, you must have written a brute force technique which has given you a TLE. So no, you should not use a brute force technique. You should use a two pointer technique which will optimize in 0 of O of 1, O of n. Sorry. Okay. So how will you do that? So there is a simple approach. So firstly, you have to solve the given array. So let us take this example. So this was the initial array. Okay, you have sorted this array into this. Okay, so what is take a loop from I equals to 0 to I n minus 2. Okay, I will explain you why we have choose n minus 2. Okay, so at the step 3, initialize pointer I, j and k. Okay, I will be loop okay, I will be the loop for I equals to n minus 2. Okay, j equals to I plus 1. Okay, and k equals to the length of the array minus 1. Okay, so what will be our fourth step? Check for the sum is greater than or smaller than. Okay, so the main thing was only this initializing pointer. Now you will check the okay, let take sum s which will be I plus j plus k. Okay, if this sum is greater than the given sum, let us check for smaller one. Okay, if the sum is smaller than the given sum, then the condition is true and you are at the right phase. Then what will you do? You will simply add the count k minus j. Okay, you guys are thinking why we have used this. Okay, wait for a minute, I will explain it. Okay, what we will do if our sum is greater than or greater than the given sum. Okay, if our sum is greater than the given sum, you will simply do decrement k minus 1, and in this case you will increment j by 1. Okay, so you will be getting more understanding in the part of the coding. Let us go to the part of the coding. Okay, so here we come at the part of the coding. So what were our algos? The first algo was solve the given array. Okay, now what are the second? Initializing pointers. Okay, so our third step was to check for the sum. Okay, now increment or decrement of pointers. Okay, so let's do our first step. Now we will sort the array in ascending order. Okay, so we will simply write array dot sort a comma b. This is arrow pointer a minus b. So this will sort sorting in lower to greater or increasing. Okay, so now initializing pointer using loop. Now before doing this, let us initialize the count is 0. Okay, now forward let I equals 0 to out to I. As I have said you, we are using n minus 1. Okay, so now you will understand why we are using n minus 1. I greater than I smaller than n minus 2. Okay, after this I plus plus. Okay. Now let us initialize our there are two pointers. Let j equals to I plus 1, let k equals to n minus 1. Okay, so now we have completed our step number 2. After this we will start checking for the sum. So before checking for the sum, we have to initialize a while loop. So why we are initializing while loop? So we are doing while loop for iterating all the elements inside a for loop. Okay, so we will simply write while j is smaller than k. Okay, why we are writing a j is smaller than k? Because if our k pointer passes to the j pointer, that means in that array there is no set available whose sum is smaller than this sum. Okay, now what we will do here? Okay, now take s variable with the sum of array I plus array j plus array k. Okay, now our third step comes here. If s is smaller than sum, that we are in correct case. Okay, that we want. Okay, let me check the indentation please. Okay, if smaller than, okay, so what we will do, we will now simply count plus equals to k minus j. Okay, so the story behind k minus j is okay, if we know that the kth element also, simply explain in this. Okay, so why we are using k counter plus k minus j? Because if I've already told, I am again telling you. See, if we know that after adding 7, our the set of three numbers is smaller than the given sum. Okay, so why we will use and again add 5 and 4 and check for that sum if we already know that the 7 is 7 after adding 7, that the sum is smaller than 7. So to skip this part, we have directly count this k minus j. Okay, so after k minus j, let's check for j plus plus. Okay, else you will simply decrement k minus 1 because okay, you are thinking right, because if the sum is greater than, so we know that adding 7 in that set increases the total sum. Okay, so we will now decrement k minus k by 1 decrement k minus 1. Okay, so now we will check for the smaller than 7 because we have already sorted the array. Okay, so this was the story. Okay, now we will decrement. Now increment decrement, yeah, this parts come here. We have completed our 4 steps also. So now we will simply return our count. So now let's check. Okay, now we will submit. So our all the test cases has been passed. So just remember these 5 steps, and the main part of this was initializing the pointer and checking for the sum. Okay, please do remember also. Please do remember this step. Okay, the main step was why we are adding counter k minus j, which I have already explained you. Yeah. Okay. So thank you guys.